With 5G deployment, taking off now, the biggest challenges that are facing the telcos, I think, are around how do you bring it into your company in your existing structures. I tell a lot of telcos that I deal with that you can't do 5G without digital transformation. If you don't transform the company, then you won't be able to really take advantage of 5G, and 5G will trying to operate 5G as the same way as you operated 4G and 3G and 2G is not going to give you the return on investment. The biggest opportunities around 5G are the enormous potential cost savings that can be created, the increased volume and density of services, the whole new set of services you can offer. I tell a lot of people that every service that you launch with 5G, you can also launch with 4G, it just becomes better with 5G. But it becoming better with 5G is probably going to be the difference between the service being a niche service and the service being a mass market service. So new services, new revenue opportunities, but big challenges in terms of needing to digitally transform before you can take advantage of all that. So automation is a big issue and a big opportunity as well for many telcos. I think when new services get launched, the biggest cost inside of any telco is the people element in it, and it's also the biggest delay in the launch as well. So automation is hugely important for telcos to, first of all, create services that are somehow consistent with how OTT players are delivering services, but it also will reduce the cost, it'll increase the customer satisfaction. You asked whether 5G changes the need for automation, and I think it turns up the volume to a certain extent. So the volume and variety of services that you're going to be launching in 5G, if you're successful with 5G, will mean you can't just be inserting people into that process. Every time you can remove a person from the process, you're going to increase your ability to launch a service, increase customer satisfaction, increase speed to market, and reduce costs. Yeah, so culture is a huge issue for any telco trying to change into the future. I mean, and you ask, why is it such a big challenge? Culture culturally is how we do things inside of any business, and that's generally the way people define culture. It's the way things are done around here. And the way things are done in telcos haven't changed radically in the last 100 years. And yet telcos are not necessarily, even though they think they're competing against other telcos, they're really competing against hyperscalers and OTT players and new startups. So you need to, and they've got radically different cultures. They've got, digitally native cultures is the phrase that people use. So how do you take a company that has been relatively static culturally for 100 years and somehow now start competing with these new digitally native cultures? It's a very big challenge, and some companies are doing it excellently. I think I would say AT&T is one company who's really investing the time and rigor in trying to change this. There's lots of other telcos who are like rabbits caught in the headlights a little bit on this particular problem. They can see the size of the problem, but they don't really know how to go around it, because then you've got unionization issues, you've got political issues. In lots of countries in the world, you literally are not allowed, it's not politically acceptable to get rid of people and replace them with new people, so you have to change the people. There's a phrase that some management guru uses, and he says, if you're trying to digitally transform, you either have to change the people or you have to change the people, right? And what he means by that is you either change the individuals and change how they think, or you get new people. And I live by the maxim that you really need to keep as many people as you can, not lose that DNA, but change how they think and how they act and what they know and the skills they have. So it's a big challenge. Ecosystems and partnerships for telcos are a really big, difficult question. First and foremost, telcos deliver connectivity really well. And to do that, they already know what to do. They don't really need partnerships. But in all the new services that telcos are going after, whether it's in manufacturing, whether it's in automotive, healthcare, retail, banking, construction, in all those new service areas, telcos don't know what they don't know, and they need to build ecosystems of partners. And the telcos in many cases will be the small player in that ecosystem, which is an odd one for a telco. They've always been the giant wherever they've worked. But in lots of these new services, the telcos need maybe to step into a subsidiary position in those ecosystems. So they need to learn, how do you partner? How do you rapidly onboard new partners? Rather than taking 12 months and a 100-page contract, you need to onboard them with the click of a mouse and do it in 12 minutes or 12 days or whatever the metric is. So they need to learn how to onboard them, how to work with them, how to keep everybody happy, how to get money for everyone within that ecosystem, and then how to offload that partners when that partnership is no longer needed. And to do that dynamically and efficiently is a brand new skill that every telco is going to have to learn.